The last time the Washington NBA franchise hosted Game 1 of a playoff series, we were at the end of the Jimmy Carter administration, 1979. With the way John Wall played here today in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals, the Wall administration could soon follow. Wall had 32 points in the ball game, 15 of those coming in the third quarter. The Wizards, a 114-107 win over the Atlanta Hawks, the number 4 seed, over the number 5 seed in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals here at the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. The Wizards, a 7-point win. They got out to a fast start in this ball game, had a double-digit lead, an 11-point lead in the first quarter, but the Hawks were able to chip away at that lead. They were pretty dominant inside, getting to the free throw line a whole lot. The Hawks went 19 of 22 from the foul line in the first half, and it was the Hawks with a 3-point lead at halftime, 48-45. But in that third quarter, John Wall took over. Not only did he have 15 points in the third quarter, he also had 3 rebounds and 4 assists in that third quarter. And Wall's performance allowed some of his other teammates who didn't have a good start to the ball game to find their footing in the second half. His backcourt mate Bradley Beal had 22 points in the ball game, 15 of those coming in the second half. Another player for the Washington Wizards with more than 20 points, Markieff Morris, the power forward, he had 21 points in his first playoff game. And after the game, we got to hear from a lot of the major players in this ball game from both sidelines, the Hawks and the Washington Wizards. We start with hearing from Washington head coach Scott Brooks, who mentioned that the best thing that he could do from the sidelines when John Wall goes off like he did in the third quarter is nothing.
Well, I've seen it enough, and I know now just keep my mouth shut. Let him take over the game. And he makes great decisions. He's a high IQ basketball player. And I tell him this all the time. I'm going to tell him this tomorrow. You can dominate a game on the defensive end. You can dominate a game on the passing, your passing ability. Your scoring is just icing on the cake. And obviously, if you wanted to average 27, 28 points a game or 30 points a game, you can probably do that. But it's not going to make us a better team. He makes us a better team by playing the way he plays on both ends of the floor. He just brings a toughness, an edge to our team that we need and we enjoy having.
John, what happened in that third quarter that allowed you to take over?
Just being aggressive. I think Keith came out and being aggressive for us in third quarters, got us going. We started getting a lot of stops, getting out in transition. And I got into a rhythm of knocking down shots, and I had to be more aggressive. We did a great job in the first quarter. We got off to like a 10 or 11-point lead. Second unit came in, they was kind of, a lot of guys that haven't been in the playoffs before, they were just kind of nervous, you could tell. And then we put them on the line too much. They shot 22 free throws out of 9. That's the way they kept themselves into the game. And for them to get that many free throws and us not shooting the ball well, to only be down 3, we couldn't ask for nothing more. I take over the game in different ways. I think that's what made me a great player. Early on, if I'm not scoring the ball, I still got to be aggressive on both ends of the floor. I might not get the shot, but my teammates, they need me to be aggressive to get those guys over shots. And when I play with the intensity I did tonight defensively, it means a lot to get everybody else locked in. But my job is to lead these guys on both sides of the floor. They listen to me in the huddle. And we all can get on each other without trying to embarrass each other. And that's one thing that's important for this team.
You cut the lead down to 5 with 2.5 minutes left. Can you draw positives out of making that comeback and carrying that into Wednesday?
Yeah, I mean, we could take a lot from this game and to the next. I think that it's still a loss, but it's a long series, and we got to get confidence from somewhere. So we'll look at the film pretty good, see all the things that we've done well, and take it on to the next game.
So Paul Millsap and the Atlanta Hawks coming just short in their comeback bid in Game 1 here today. But as I asked him in the postgame press conference, the Hawks may be able to draw some confidence out of cutting a once 15-point deficit down to 5 with just under 3 minutes left in the contest. Millsap had 19 points in the game. The Hawks were led by point guard Dennis Schroeder. He had 25 points in the contest. But once again, the Hawks falling just short, the Wizards winning Game 1. So stay tuned to A Lot of Sports Talk and ALOTOFSportsTalk.com for the written recap of this game, which is below this video right now. If you are on ALOTOFSportsTalk.com, a big couple of weeks on A Lot of Sports Talk and ALOTOFSportsTalk.com. We'll be covering the NBA playoffs. We'll be covering the NHL playoffs. We will also next weekend be covering a welterweight unification bout between Andre Berto and Sean Porter, that at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And then next weekend, 2 weekends from now, we will have coverage of one of the most prestigious track events in the country and the world, the Penn Relays from the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So once again, the Washington Wizards winning Game 1 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinal round series with the Atlanta Hawks. The Wizards 114, the Hawks 107, John Wall 32 points in the win for the Washington Wizards. From the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C., my name is Adesina Koiki for ALOTOFSportsTalk.com.